My youngest son made our life hell and choked a 8-year-old kid for beeping with his bike while he was right in front of our house, so I got him permanently institutionalized. I have 2 kids, Adam, 20, and Ben, 15. This is about Ben. I wish I could word this differently, but since age 1, we could sense something was wrong with Ben. He was always angry at something. Some days he would be an angel, but most of the times, he was a wrecking ball. At first, us and his pediatrician thought it was trouble twos, but it just continued. If his brother or a kid got his toy or his stuff, he would beat that kid and bite him / her. He was fired from 4 kindergartens at age 5, and we were at the doors of a child psychiatrist at age 5. Our journey started with an odd diagnosis, but after the randomness of constant anger attacks, he was diagnosed with IDD at age 7. We thought we would have the answers and he would be treated. We were very wrong at the second part. Due to him having a fame, we have changed the school district. We live in EU, not in us, but it did not change. He still had tantrums, and due to this, he has been in severe depression. It is heart-wrenching to see a 8-year-old to have depression. They don't have the childish happiness and hope. We have tried everything. We even had private tutors for him so he could be less exposed to the school environment. We even arranged special education, and he has been in really supportive schools for mental diseases, but it still continued, and at age 10, we had the first suicide attempt. He hung himself up with my belt in his brother's room. Then at age 12, he stole his mom's, my wife's still, heart medication. She has arrhythmia, and put himself in a comatose state. The next 4 years were hell. We had to send our older son to live with his grandparents at a different city, and our house was like a mental health unit. We had a caretaker who lived with us fully, and we couldn't use any kind of sharp or stab objects in the house. I learned how suicide-proof rooms were done because we had to made it built to our house. If he wasn't committing suicide, his anger was directed outside. At age 14, he wasn't allowed to enter any public building in the town because he tried to beat someone or smash down a window. He spent more days at a ward than outside. But 3 months ago, he reached to a new level. Until that day, he never tried to unalive someone, but at that day, he was almost unaliving. He had to stay in ICU for a month, a 8-year-old kid for beeping with his bike while he was right in front of our house. He managed to open the door and he choked the kid until my wife became aware and hit his head with a pan. After that day, a judge ordered him to permanently institutionalized at a mental health center. I wish I could say I was sad, but I feel happy. For the first time in 3 months, I feel nothing but joy and happiness. My wife and Adam had a great week together since ages, and we had our long-deserved vacation. I might look cruel, but I can't think of anything but relief. I should feel guilty for saying he is government's problem anymore, but I don't, and it makes me feel guilty. I don't know if I love my son anymore, but I feel glad. I am grateful to know he won't be around us anymore. I wish I could feel a little more remorseful, but I can't. Maybe this is the thing that makes me remorseful. Update 3 weeks later. So, I am back again. Multiple parents with kids whom has I have written and said they have felt the same guilt, but after the permanent care, their life quality have been improved dramatically, and I can attest to that. Since that last post, we have been to his institute twice. In first visit he was sedated and we saw him while he was sleeping, though at second visit he wasn't sedated and he was much calmer. He said he strangled that kid so he would be unalived at prison. He said he had read about child murderers would be unalived at prison, so he thought he would finally be free. He said he still wanted to get out of this world. He said, I just gave up. Maybe I will die here peacefully, but I know it shouldn't be at their expense. Please tell the kid's family my apologies if you can. After this, we had a talk with his psychiatrist. She said it was one of the best insights we have gotten from him, and we have an idea, but to be honest, be prepared for the idea of permanent residency. My wife shed a lot of tears, but me and his brother were relieved. A said, some of us are not for this world, and due to luck, it is my brother. Maybe he will feel happy here one day. It is not a good update, but writing here, it just helps me feel a bit at ease. My wife is still sad not seeing our kid at house. She is grieving Ben's loss in a way. Maybe in the future he will have a sense of normalcy, but neither his brother nor me have our hopes high on that.